What's up, guys? D628 here. Welcome back to That Dragon Cancer. The last episode, we found out that what is that like? I don't know. We found out that it's not good news for Joel. So now this chapter is called Adrift, which is weird because we're like in a boat and stuff. I don't even know.
I have so many things stirring around in my spirit that I have to write to settle myself and find God's wisdom in the midst of chaos. I'm scared I won't be strong enough to face the things we might have to face in the coming weeks and months. But then I remember how much grace God gave us to walk out everything we've already faced. I've never felt completely overwhelmed, and I've never felt alone. So no matter what comes next, and I truly cannot even begin to guess how this will go, I know we will be carried. I want to shout out, look what God is about to do. Watch how he delivers Joel. And at the same time, I want to roll up in a silent ball and wait it out with fear and trembling, so aware of all my doubt, but yet convinced that my doubt is insignificant compared to God's faithfulness.
Damn. Okay. Yeah, there's nothing really you can do at that point, you know. It's
Guys, are you ready for bed?
Joel, lay down. Okay. Should we do a song?
Sure.
Okay, big boys, why don't you come in here and we'll sing the littles a lullaby.
I'm tired.
I know,
it's like this stuff sounds really real.
Okay.
Very
Elijah, lay down.
Beg, did you even check in his mouth?
No.
Joel has chicken stuffed in his cheeks from dinner.
Get it out, that is so disgusting.
Been in there for the last 2 hours.
Oh.
Okay, hold on, I'm trying. Joel, ouch! Stop.
Did he just bite you?
Yeah, I think he like just put too much in his mouth so he can't swallow.
He was just saving it for later, babe. Like he needed a midnight snack.
Hey, the little chipmunk.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
A bigger version.
A big version of a little chipmunk. Do you guys remember when he couldn't even eat any solids and because he couldn't swallow? Do you remember that from the
Oh, it
surgery?
seems so authentic.
How
Sorry,
they
like I'm
encouraged him
quiet
to swallow,
most of the
so we
time,
had
but
to give him bottles.
Yeah, I remember one time we had pizza, so he chewed it all up and then spat it out everywhere.
So gross.
What? I remember that. That was so gross. But he just wanted to try things so bad. He wanted to taste them. He wanted to be like you guys. Because you got to taste foods. He loved to eat, and I remember all I wanted was for him to be able to kind of eat like a normal kid and have normal things. I thought he'd never be able to.
oh, why does it keep
food,
doing that? Sorry,
But then he did.
he keeps getting like jumping out of the game.
Everything.
Oh, what
Like,
the
he
heck are you
eats
doing?
Pizza and pretzels and chicken.
And fingers.
He tried to eat Pat's fingers.
So there's like these messages in a bottle. Yes, they are.
We've been
It's
through
10.
so much already. This is a new degree of tragedy, but it's not so much different from the struggle we've already been living. We pressed into God. We pressed into faith. We fought until we found peace. We stood in peace when our flesh wanted to strive more. We stood in peace when it started to feel like laziness or foolishness or both. We waited for God to direct us specifically in prayer because all the directions we had initiated had not panned out. We prayed for no nausea because that's what we felt in our spirits we were supposed to pray, even though we'd prayed it countless times before while Joel continued to vomit. We saw one small miracle and then another. We waited to pray specific things until we were given specific direction, and we saw bigger miracles. And yet, if you asked either of us if we were doing enough, trying hard enough, we would say no.
Dear Eli, I feel nothing but pride for the way you battled cancer. I remember the way you learned to ride your tricycle down the hospital hallway instead of down the sidewalk like other 3-year-olds. It was hard for me to pray to God, "Thy will be done," when I really just wanted so desperately for Him to heal you. In the 4.5 years that you dealt with harsh treatments, only once did you ask why God let you get cancer. I hope He has been able to explain the why to you, as I have always believed that He knew how strong you were and wanted to use you and your situation to positively impact so many lives. I remember how you never let me go to bed without telling me that you loved me, and how those were your very last words to me. You taught me what was truly important in life, son. Still now, years after you left Earth, people are impacted by your life and the lessons you taught us. Thousands of people from around the world read your blog and still feel such a strong connection to you, even though they never met you in person.
Dang. So these are like messages of, yeah, again, it's all fan, like it's like people that have gone through
So, how long will we be in California?
the same thing.
I don't actually know. That's kind of why we're packing up everything, is because if the trial works really well, then maybe we'll stay in California for a really long time. Like, as long as it keeps helping Joel, then we want to stay and do the best we can for him and stay there where he's getting help. But if the medicine starts to not work, as soon as it's not helping him, I promise we'll come back home.
Are we going to Disneyland?
Yeah, of course. What do you think, Caleb? You okay with leaving for so long?
I'm kind of excited, but I'm kind of not. I mean, I think it'll be fun, but I just don't like missing school.
Oh, yeah?
You're the only 8-year-old to ever.
Right.
That's amazing.
I hate to miss school, huh? But, like, why?
Well, I just hate having all that homework that I have to do.
Oh, you hate catching up from missing school.
Your teachers are going to send you homework, and we'll just try to do a little bit of it every day, so it won't be that bad, but there'll still be fun stuff we can do.
It's crazy because like as a
California in the middle of school year.
like as an 8-year-old.
We're going to be staying in the middle of San Francisco near Golden Gate Park, and there's a museum, and there's a botanic garden.
So they're moving to California to help for treatments. So they're from somewhere else. But it would be crazy. Like, it's crazy as an 8-year-old. Like, you don't really have the thought process of like knowing what the hell's going on.
As this long day draws to a close, I am tired, but not sleepy. My face is puffy from crying. I have a dry throat and dry hands, a slight headache, and a desire to write down absolutely everything. I want to describe the feeling of being entirely empty and entirely resolute. I want to explore how I can be deeply sad and incredibly hopeful at the same time. I want to talk about holding Joel's hand, walking down the hall wanting to soak in the moment, to memorize the feeling of having his hand and mine, to let it matter, and then hating that my thoughts swing to, because what if I can't hold his hand one day? And hating that thought, wishing I could just appreciate each second of Joel without that appreciation spilling into the pre-morning I refuse to do because I believe he will live. But instead of fighting the brief thoughts of mourning, choosing to fight instead that lie that says that those thoughts betray some doubt, some mistrust of God, when I know that those thoughts make me human. That God knows I am human. He doesn't make Joel's victory dependent on me never feeling unsure.
Yeah, it's okay to be negative. That's for sure. Okay. It's okay to feel negative at times, but you don't want to take that. You don't want to let negativity take control over you.
Expectation is so maddening sometimes. You know what she wrote on the eve of Joel's first surgery? The one back in January when we first found the tumor. I seriously feel like a kid on Christmas Eve. I'm pleading for God to spare his life, And I'm tempted to despair because self-inspection leads me to conclude I shouldn't expect much of anything. And yet my wife is expecting a surprise party from the Lord, replete with presents, supernatural miracles. I envy her.
So, doesn't seem like he. I'm sure he believes in God and all that, but a little bit differently. Joel the Baby
Hop in bed,
Knight.
boys. Let's go.
Boys, get in bed.
Oh, can you at least tell us a story?
That Dragon Cancer. High scores. Press button to start.
Sure.
Okay. This is the story of a very brave knight named Joel.
Joel the Baby Knight?
Yes, Joel the Baby Knight, but he's also Joel the very brave knight, and he was being chased by a dragon named Cancer.
Okay.
Because of his tumor?
Mm-hmm.
Where does the dragon live?
In a forest.
Is the dragon big?
Very.
Does the dragon breathe fire?
Oh no.
So much fire, you guys.
So, Joel has armor, like a sword and a shield and stuff? Ooh, or maybe a spear?
Yeah, that sounds good. So brave Sir Joel with his sword and his shield,
Oh no. No.
his awesome spear, and his super jumping ability was being chased by a dragon named Cancer.
What other superpowers does he have?
He also has grace.
That's not a superpower.
It's the best superpower.
Do you guys know what grace means?
Yeah, it's kind of like help.
Yeah, it's kind of like help. You know, and he's not the only one who's ever tried to fight this dragon. Some very brave knights have fought this dragon and lost. And some are able to drive the dragon off, and they can go home, and they can quit fighting for a while. And the kingdom is safe.
Joel's been fighting this dragon for a long time, huh?
A long time.
But Joel found a nice empty cave where he could rest. And it
This is really
seems
cool.
like the dragon
How they
couldn't
did it.
find him.
So this is when everything was going well.
But just when he thought that the danger was past, the dragon found his hiding spot and
Yep.
came after him in the cave.
Well, that dragon's going to kill Joel. Joel's going to lose.
Why do you say that?
Because Joel is just a baby. Babies can't kill him.
Ah, I suck.
You're right. The baby can't kill a dragon. But that's the best part of the story. God fights for Joel. So he fights that dragon Cancer right with Joel. And we know that God can win even if Joel can't. That's grace.
No.
Well, what about Tim from Church Mom? He died from cancer. Wasn't God fighting for him? Didn't he have to?
Of course, God fought for Tim too. Tim fought so well. He was so brave, so strong. God let him rest. It may have seemed like the dragon won because Tim died. We know that Tim's in heaven and that he's with God and that God is so proud of him. So maybe for Tim getting to be done fighting was grace. boat.
I can't.
Wait, did they actually
You
like?
have to, you'll drown.
We're already drowning. How can you sit there like that?
Despair doesn't help anything.
Neither does false hope. And I'm not despairing.
How can you say false hope? You're drowning.
Well, you're missing your oars, and you don't even know where you're going. And yet you're so sure you're gonna get there.
It's better than drowning.
Well, enjoy floating on the surface like you always do.
There's nothing deep about drowning. Just get in the boat.
You have to let me feel this. Someone has to.
That's not fair. I love him as much as you do. I just really believe we're going to be okay.
So he's trying to get the same feeling of going through all that shit.
Dear Mr. Barnett, I'm not sure if this letter will get to you. However, I felt the need to write to you in your company. My daughter recently passed away after a long battle with cancer, and she was only 14 years old. In our short time with her, we saw her transformed from our wonderful little girl into a sickly child who spent far too many days in her bed full of pain. And we worried that we would never see her happy again. Well, the hospital gave her access to a computer, and she found her way to your game. I'm unsure really what it is, but from the day that she began playing Legends of Terrace, our daughter changed. She sat up, she was excited, she smiled again. She told us all these stories about what she was doing in the lands, all the things she wanted to do in real life but was too sick to try. She swam in the ocean, rode a horse, she had birthdays, bought a house, and she went on adventures with these new friends from all over the world. I don't know how to explain the happiness that it brought to us. For a short while, our daughter returned to us. She'd regained the wonder and an optimism that the illness had taken from her. She talked about strange lands that you had made, the creatures, magical things, and adventures she went on. She lost her battle for life, but you helped bring our daughter back for a short time. And for that, we're eternally thankful. Sincerely, Julie.
Damn. As a creator, like for sure this game and stuff, but like obviously this game is just aiming towards that specific region, but for someone like as a creator to create something that changes someone's life that big must be like the most fulfilling feeling that you can feel as a creator, because at the end of the day, like if it makes someone feel that way, that's insane.
We miss Carrie at week 12. Sad. But surely the next one will go better. It does. We relax after week 12. The belly grows. We take pictures. Alex talks and plays music to the little one inside. I walk on the frozen North Sea. Skip the sauna. No risk to this one. Week 29, a sonogram bonus. Twins! We float on air. We brainstorm names. Week 31, we crash. Too soon. They whimper, open eyes, look into ours. Off to the incubators. We drag ourselves home, cry, hope, pray. We visit, touch, keep track on a wall chart. Stefan's heart beats strong. He grasps a finger. Then he fades, his brain bruised from breech birth. Day 5, he dies.
Damn.
We grieve, but pray for Nicholas. He gains weight. His heart is strong. Then he too fades, his intestinal tract necrotic, falling apart. Day 10, Nicholas dies. We want to die too. We despair into darkness, but hold together. Not easy when a child dies. The what-ifs torment for a while. What if I hadn't swum? If I hadn't lifted groceries? If we'd had a different doctor? But we go on to have 3 wonderful living children. Still, we miss these 2 always.
Damn. It's crazy how shit works in this world. Like, you have wonderful people. I'm not going to go through absolutely every single letter. I'm sure on my downtime I will, but just for sakes of you, like you guys watching the video, I'm not going to go through every single one of them. But because I'm going to end this one here, but I just kind of want to go over this. It's just so weird how the world works. Like, you have these like wonderful people that go through things like that, where, you know, miscarriage or just those things in life that you have like no control over. And then you have sorry, and then you have people that are just like pieces of shits, honestly. Like, my sister works for a school district, and like shit, see, like the kids, like not the kids, obviously, like the kids, it's not their fault. I feel so bad for them, but like these parents are just so like, why one, did you even choose to have kids if you don't give a fuck about them? 2, like, how can you even do that to yourself and to your kids? And it's just insane. Like, so much shit happens to, like, obviously everyone, bad people, good people, whatever, but shit just happens. But like, then you have the ones that just, it's like, why did you have a kid? What was the reason? Like, you don't give a fuck. It's just so fucked up. It's such a fucked up world that we live in. It truly is. Like, it's insane. That's all I gotta say. But that's all I kind of want to end it there. But we're gonna end this one here. So thank you guys for joining me back on sorry, I was getting mixed up. That Dragon Cancer. If you guys liked it, hit the like button down below. If you want to see more, hit the subscribe button down below. And yeah, you guys have a wonderful and beautiful day. D-Sec 208's out.